Everybody knows that water is the best thing for general hydration purposes. It's the healthiest, doesn't have any additives. But what if you want to drink some diet soda, but you do not want something that has caffeine? Welcome back to the channel, and you know what? Let's face it, a lot of people drink and consume a lot of caffeine because teas, sodas, energy drinks, even some foods contain varying amounts of caffeine. It adds up through the course of the day and the week, and some people just for different reasons want to maybe control that a little bit, wind that down, and not consume as much caffeine. Maybe the doctor has told them that they shouldn't consume that much caffeine, or they maybe drink too much coffee, and that can be a problem. But you're in luck because there's a lot of sodas out there that are now being marketed with different good quality flavors that are refreshing and do not have caffeine or have very low amounts of caffeine. One of my favorites, Diet Root Beer, 0 sugar, 0 calories, and it does not have caffeine. Also, you might want to consider some other varieties, which I'm going to show you a little bit later on. I'm going to share with you some of my favorite options in the no caffeine category that I think you might be pleasantly surprised with. They give you the refreshing satisfaction of a soda, but they don't contain caffeine or very minimal trace amounts of caffeine that is going to be negligible in terms of your daily caffeine allowance or intake.
Hey, it's Future Me here, and I wanted to quickly jump back into this video and talk a little bit about some of the new varieties of carbonated waters or sparkling water, which is just basically water with bubbles that contains a little subtle hint of flavor, no caffeine, the most purest thing next to water. Now, if you are currently and primarily a water drinker, and by that I mean is that you just use water for the most part to quench your thirst, and that's basically all you have with meals, then I would say stick to the water. There's really nothing to be gained by switching to a diet soda, whether it's the regular sodas, 0 sugars, or even caffeine-free variety. Just stick to the water in that case. However, if, like a lot of people, you are the type of person that consumes multiple servings of soda on a daily basis, then I think you would benefit from just being aware of the existence of these other products as an alternative to sodas, and you could utilize them to basically reduce your daily intake of these other type of sodas, because sparkling water does kind of sort of emulate the experience of soda because it does have carbonation, those little bubbles, that fizziness that we often associate with soda, and it does have a very subtle flavor. Of course, it's not as sweet at all as your diet sodas or even regular sodas, which do contain a fair amount of intense sweetening, whether it's real or artificial. It doesn't matter. The bottom line is you could still, if you gradually reduce and replace a serving here, a serving there of your soda intake with these carbonated beverages that are lightly sweetened, that at least they do taste that way, then you could, over the long term, really make an impact and cut back on your consumption of sodas. And that could be something that you may want to do for health reasons. If you believe that you are, for whatever reason, taking in too much caffeine, or you want to avoid artificial sweeteners, or at least reduce your intake of them, then this is a great option. So take a look at your supermarket, see all the varieties of these sparkling waters that are out there. I think you're going to be surprised at the sheer options out there, the variety of flavors that are available, and you may really enjoy some of them and actually prefer them over sodas, even diet sodas, in time. I still think there's a place for certain diet sodas that do not contain caffeine, and
root beer is one of those sodas that generally speaking does not contain caffeine. By the way, cream soda is another soda that typically does not contain caffeine. And what that means is that you can get the sugary one or the diet one and it won't have the caffeine. But of course, I don't want to waste calories on just drinking soda. I'd rather have diet soda and save the calories for something that's a little more nutritious, a little more filling. But diet soda without the caffeine is a great option for a lot of people that are just looking to maybe continue soda drinking, don't want to let it go, or maybe they want to try out some new sodas, but they just don't want the caffeine. And you know what? A lot of people drink sodas when they get home from work. Depending on your schedule, you may be somebody that gets home from work late at night or in the evening, to the point that if you drink something that has caffeine, maybe past 5 o'clock or something like that, you may be sensitive to that and not be able to get a good night's sleep. And that can affect you in different ways. It can impact your health in bad ways. It can make you moody. It can really hurt yourself in terms of maybe your weight loss goals. Believe it or not, if you are awake, there's a good chance that, especially if you're home kind of late at night and you're awake and you can't get to sleep, you're probably maybe gonna watch some TV, some Netflix or whatever, and guess what? You might binge on some food that is gonna be less than healthy, and that's gonna create a calorie surplus because you're eating more food because you're not sleeping and you basically are bored, you're restless. Food is something that can help you to maybe calm your nerves down a little bit and relax you. That's a bad cycle to go through. So the best thing is, in that situation, if you are sensitive to that, having a soda that does not contain caffeine really is a good option, so that you do not have to worry about overly stimulating yourself during the latter part of the day or the evening. Again, zero caffeine or very low caffeine, you could still have sodas and diet sodas at that taste pretty good without the caffeine, without the negative side effect of having the caffeine too late at night.
I actually like to browse the merchandise of all the different diet sodas that are out there, the 0 calorie, 0 sugar, 0 caffeine, different flavors that are out there, and it's really good to see all of the choices that are out there. It used to be very limited, but now there are so many choices, even from familiar brands.
You can get these kind of sodas in a variety of grocery stores, small, medium, large grocery stores. You can find them at Target. You could definitely find them at your local Walmart. If you have a supercenter Walmart, even better because the selection is bigger. You can also get diet sodas without caffeine at Costco, Sam's Club, BJ's, Wholesale Club. There's just a lot of places where you can get these caffeine-free diet sodas. They do make caffeine-free versions of just regular Coke or regular Pepsi. Also, there's other varieties of caffeine-free cream soda with a little bit of vanilla or root beer mixed with a little bit of vanilla to give it a little bit of vanilla enhanced flavor to it, so that it takes the edge off the medicine-y taste. So there's a lot of stuff out there, guys, that I think you're gonna find very, very pleasing to your palate. A lot of variety out there, guys. Give it a shot, take a look at what's out there, and don't be afraid to quit that diet soda or sugary soda habit during the evening hours, thinking that you have to go cold turkey without soda, because you don't. You can just go to and switch to a caffeine-free version of the soda that you already drink, or if they don't have the exact flavor that you like in caffeine-free flavors, they may have other flavors that are maybe new to the market that I'm not aware of, or they're just regional products that maybe they don't sell everywhere. So definitely check around. I'm pretty sure I'm leaving out other flavors of sodas that are also caffeine free that are worthy of you to try out. Don't think that you have to just drink caffeine at night and sacrifice your sleep. That's not healthy to do. If I can get caffeine free, I will take that all day long. So guys, hope you got something out of this video. Stay safe out there. I'll see you in the next one.